Before this video begins, I just want to say thank you all so much for 2K subscribers. Sharing my art, character designs, and writing has always been something I've dreamt of doing, and although I've always had my other social media, being on YouTube has really helped me grow my audience and get my work out to more people. On this note, I have some announcements I want to share in celebration for this. Firstly, I want to say that I'm officially in the YouTube Partner Program, and my videos are being monetized, which I'm super grateful for, and I couldn't have done it without the support from my viewers. And it also means that my personal life can be a lot less stressful since I'm earning money from YouTube now, and hopefully that means I'll be able to work on more content. Secondly, for 2K subscribers, I have opened up a WordPress blog. This blog will contain game development and other updates from myself, which will come out a lot quicker and more efficiently than my videos and other social media posts. It will probably go into more detail about my games in general, so if you're interested in reading it, the link will be on my description, and I'll be updating it weekly, if not multiple times a week, depending on how much work I get done per week. Thank you guys again for your continued support. It really means the world to me, and I love reading through the comments I get each video. Now, let's begin the devlog. Out of my 2 games, my passion project, Remembrance of a Stranger, has gotten the most updates since I last spoke about it, so let's go over them while I explain what they all are. In the demo, the story has up to 3 days out of 10, and since the last update, I've started implementing day 4, and it's almost complete, but I'm just missing a few assets that I forgot to create. As you can see in the background, I worked on the cutscene artworks, which were the only thing stopping me from implementing day 4. There are still 2 more that I have to do for day 4, but since they contain spoilers, I won't be showing them. Next, I finally implemented the first boss fight against Orchid. She is the first and the tutorial boss, making her the easiest boss fight, but right now it is less like a boss fight and more like a normal battle against a regular enemy, since I'm still setting up all the character's skills and attacks. However, all the assets and the main layout has been put in the game, which I'll go into detail now. Back at the start of the year, I created this concept for what the boss fights should look like with my manager. We decided that it would be interesting if the bosses would move around like an animation made in Live 2D. However, neither of us have Live 2D experience, and we don't really want to pay for the subscription right now, so we decided to use After Effects. My manager would create the animations, and I would draw the artworks and the different pieces needed to make them move as if they were created in Live 2D. It was a really long and difficult process, but it looks exactly how I pictured it, and I hope everyone likes this layout of the boss fights because both my manager and I are really proud of it, and we think it's really unique and interesting for my game. For these boss fights, I also had to draw the icons for each character seen here and move the box with all the actions to the left side of the screen, which was pretty tedious, but it looks better than what I expected, and I'm really happy with the results. Along with all of that, the story has been continued into day 4, and it is playable up to the first boss fight. There are still some things I need to fix from updating the demo, such as image sizes, some scripting, and adding more dialogue and features that make the game seem more interactive, but for now it has been started and it is a good base template for me to work off of in order to complete day 4. On top of that, I also created this animation that plays before the boss fight earlier this year, which I was finally able to put into Remembrance. Each boss fight is going to have one of these, but for now I've only done Orchid's one as I'm doing the bosses in order. And the other animation is this all-in attack, which is sort of like the final move sort of attack. I haven't implemented it, but the animation for it is done. However, both these animations might get updates later down the line. One of the updates both of them definitely need is sound effects and audio, since right now they're both just silent videos and it's a lot less immersive that way. I'll most likely go into more detail on all of this in my blog later tonight after this video is up, so if you're interested in seeing every bit of my process, please check it out there. And onto Project Kill Code, my school project. This project is due in August, as I've mentioned before, so I now only have 2 months, June and July, to work on it. Which leads me to think I should create it into a passion project after it is due, since it definitely won't be up to my standards in 2 months' time, and I want players to enjoy a game that I can say I'm proud of. So although it won't be released in 2 months, a lot of the main story and game should be playable, and I can confidently say it should come out at the end of the year, if not early next year, maybe around January to March, depending on my working speed, which will also make it my first full game release. Since I've done a lot of work on Remembrance in the past week or so, Killcode hasn't gotten many updates, especially since a lot of the major updates were in my last devlog. What I have started, however, is implementing the story. The last devlog featured me creating assets and making the game have a clear aesthetic, but as of now it actually has some story you can play, although it's not a lot. My focus right now is working on fleshing out my characters for the story and figuring out a way to share their backstories. They aren't done, so I won't show them as of now, but I'm working on designs for before the killing game begun and defining my ideas for their personalities a lot more. And finally, not so much a devlog related thing since it's not a game yet, but for my Yandere Simulator redesigns, I'm planning on revamping all the current designs and making them more appropriate to be in a game that is separate from Yandere Simulator, so making them look like sees more than the characters from Yandere Simulator. I might save this to do on stream, but I haven't had time to look at the designs recently, so I'll have to come back to this idea overall. I'll be going into more depth on my blog for all my games updates since I don't really like talking too much about them on YouTube, so if you're interested in my work in more detail, please give it a read. I want to say thank you again for 2k subscribers and making it possible for me to create and earning off these videos. I hope you all enjoy my rambling and game creation process, but if you have any other video ideas, please share them in the comments. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.